on my own, now they want me gone. Never thought I'd make it, now they seeing greatness. They second guessing me, slowly driving me in. I'm gonna be beating on my craft day and night, and I won't stop until they call me the greatest. Call me the greatest.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's Hoop presented by SkyWest Sports Academy. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? Happy New Year.
Yes.
Good to see you all.
2023.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all feeling good?
Great.
Yeah, we got an amazing episode this week, and we're super excited to talk to the Chargers as well as the Savages, and we have an amazing Commissioner's Corner coming up as well. But first, let's get right into the top 10 of this past week. The season is officially over. We are moving into our playoffs. And look, we got a lot going on. It's going to be amazing. Mm-hmm. Some dope games coming up. And we got some squads that's ready to kill to get into this playoff season, these playoffs games rather. So let's talk about it.
So first, I'll take this one.
Okay.
I'll take this one because, I don't want to make you talk about yourself. So, Wolverines and Black Ice. So they are officially locked in.
Officially.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited for that series because I remember you guys' regular season game, and that regular season game was crazy. Y'all went to overtime, didn't you? Yeah. I feel like I remember y'all going in overtime. So yeah, so I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, that is going to be a battle. Like y'all and them, and yeah, I think that was definitely gonna go the distance. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm. It is. It's gonna be a lot of battles. No, I am gonna make you talk about yourself. What you think about that, Coach?
Yeah.
Just gotta be ready, man. I mean, I'm not trying to put fuel on no fire. We just gotta be ready. That's a tough team. I respect the coach. I respect the team. We just got to come out with our A game because if we don't, we're gonna be in trouble. Mm-hmm. So very savvy, very smart team. But I will say I do have confidence in my team. I believe in my team, and as long as they believe in themselves, I think we can do whatever we need to do to win this chip. And the first step is beating Black Ice. It's not an easy task, but it can be done. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Well said, Coach. Well said.
Very well said. Wow. That was good. That was good. Was that rehearsed? Were you anticipating this question?
Nope. I was not, but it's all right.
Nah, that was good, very well said. And then we know the other one that's a shoe in, or they're already locked into the playoffs, is the Blazers. But I mean, got to call it like it is. Like they've been tearing through the league all season. So
Record is a record.
record
Yeah.
is a record.
Record is a record.
So,
They're number one team.
Yep.
Period. I mean, I don't have much to say about that. And they will be joined by another team with this new play-in thing we got going on.
Yeah,
First year
let's
doing it. I
talk
think
about
we
the
clap it up
play-in.
for ourselves and growth.
Yeah.
So we added the play-in this year. Like, you know, we mirror the NBA in a lot of ways. And, you know, last year we had so many teams that were, like, right there with each
Right,
other.
right.
And they were all like, can we have a play-in? So just so y'all know, we hear y'all.
They
you know, we
listen.
listen.
They listen.
You know, we give the people what they want sometimes, if we can. But, yeah, the play-in tournament, that's going to be dope.
Yeah.
And it's a good play-in,
It's
too.
good. Yes.
Savages, Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Savages from the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
One win.
I'm not gonna call nobody out specifically, but I'm gonna tell you something that was said to me. Somebody was talking about the playoffs and all that kind of stuff, right? And somebody said specifically, and this is long before the Savages even went on their run. They said no one wants to see the Savages in the playoffs because the Savages were a quote unquote bad team. Because at that time they were 1-5, and they said nobody wants to see the Savages in the playoffs.
Well,
That team is not in the playoffs, and the Savages are in the playoffs. I'm just, you know, we got to stir the pot on this show.
Well, play-ins.
Play-ins.
Not
You're
yet.
right.
Not
Look,
yet.
Not yet.
Look,
We
okay,
can't put them
look.
in there yet.
All right, check this out.
That game.
I'm gonna flip the switch now. I'm not gonna be a host right now. I'm gonna be a coach.
Coach.
I got confidence in my team. We
All
going to the playoffs. I mean, I'm just saying. So, but no, seriously though, you know, I think that they like both teams. I'm saying that to say this is not a nobody wants to see this type play-in matchup.
Absolutely.
Like Savages, like the Savages now versus the Chargers, man. Yeah, that's gonna be a game.
Now, this is the thing, though. The Savages won one game. Guess what that one game, who that one game was against?
Against the Chargers.
Against the Chargers.
I'm just saying, like, so.
It's gonna be.
There's so many
It's gonna be
reasons
a
why
good
that's gonna
game.
be tough.
It's
Like
gonna
the
be
Chargers
good.
gonna be wanting some get back,
Exactly.
and then, like the
And
Savages,
the Savages
they,
got something to prove.
Yeah, so it's I'm ready for it. I mean, we got Go Gadget Arms. We know what he do. I mean, and we got the Savages, man. Cam. This dude, man, I'm telling you, he can get into anybody's head. I mean,
Dude is funny, bro.
He is hilarious.
Yo, that last
But
game
he
where
plays
he was like,
ball.
he doesn't know how to play basketball.
He doesn't know how to play. It was, man, the dude is very entertaining, but I'm telling you guys, I'm pointing at the camera right now. Do not miss this play-in. I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy.
Good.
And I'm telling you, yeah, I'm gonna take my commissioner hat off and put on my I guess you can call me the guy that speaks, the voice.
The announcer, yes,
The
the
announcer.
voice.
The voice, the announcer. Okay, I'm going off that game. You hear me? I'm pulling all the stops. So we're gonna have some fun. But we want you to be there. That game is gonna be crazy, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with our rookie coach over here.
He's been doing an amazing job.
thank you
though.
guys.
Yes,
Thank y'all so
yes.
much.
I mean,
Y'all so kind.
the proof is in the pudding, right?
In the pudding, I'm
It's
just
in the
saying.
pudding.
He
But,
said
hey,
he said he foe,
He
not four,
Foe.
but
Foe.
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 You know,
And-
that's what he said. That's what he
Foe.
said. So.
hey,
hey, but look, to that point though, I mean, yes, but I mean, you know, a coach can only do so much.
exactly.
You know, it takes the players buying in to what you're trying to tell them. It takes the players, you know, actually going out and not only buying in, but executing.
Yeah.
And then also as a coach, it takes you trusting your players, especially with the Savages. You know, it's a lot of veterans on that team that have played a lot of different places. And so, you know, it's my job to put them in a position to be successful, but then also trust them, you know, to be successful as well. So, you know, I can't really put all that credit on me because them boys, they go out
Oh,
there.
yeah, for sure.
You know, there was a trade that was made. They got EJ. Them boys, they go out there and they execute. So, you know, shout out to y'all because, you know, shoot, we ain't got to talk about me and the 4-0 and all that stuff because honestly, that don't mean nothing. without them going out there and performing. So
For real.
kudos to y'all. Appreciate y'all for letting me
Sure,
come
for
in,
sure.
because I didn't start with y'all. So
I
letting
mean,
me
and
come in
honestly, that game y'all played where it was only 4 players, like, for
Oh,
3
man,
quarters.
I forgot about
I
that.
You
forgot
know
about
that?
that.
It was like
Man.
almost a whole quarter, right?
Yeah, they played
was
the whole.
longer
It
than
was the whole first quarter.
the whole first
Whole
quarter,
first quarter.
yes.
They played a box zone.
The box zone.
2 up high, 2 down low. A box zone. And
It
still got a
stayed,
dub.
it stayed in the game
Yes.
and got a dub. Yep.
That's called hunger, man. Them jokers,
hunger.
and they don't want no, little salad. They want some steak.
Yeah.
Them boys is hungry, bro. I'm trying to
Potatoes.
tell you, with some potatoes. I'm trying to tell you, and gravy, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So, them boys hungry, man. Kudos to y'all. But I still got to
Chargers.
give credit to the Chargers.
Yeah.
I am not shunning you at
Not
all.
at all.
Chargers.
You can't.
It's going to be a
No.
fire game.
No,
For
the
real.
Chargers, man. I mean, what was their record last season? Did they make it? Did they make it to playoffs last
They didn't
season?
make the playoffs last
They didn't even
season.
make it to the playoffs last season. So,
Everybody hungry right now, man.
man, I'm trying to
Everybody
tell you.
hungry.
So, I mean, it's gonna be some good TV, folks.
Yeah.
So come see it. You hear me?
And you know what? Actually, good, speaking of good TV, I believe for your viewing pleasure, we actually have some members of some of these teams here tonight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, what y'all think? Y'all think we should switch it on over and go talk to some of them?
Yeah,
We
let's
talking
do it.
about it, but how about we go hear from them?
Yeah. We'll let them talk about it. All right,
Definitely. So we will be right back. All right, y'all stay tuned, locked into Let's Go.
Now they want me gone, never thought I'd make it, now they seeing grace. They second guessing me, slowly driving me, and I'm gonna be beating on my craft day and night, and I won't stop until they call me.
And we're back, and we have the Savages with us. Special guest because we have a play-in going on. So if you don't know what that is, the Savages, they got into the play-in because you guys end up being in 5th place. And we have the Chargers that you guys will be playing against. So first of all, I want to talk about this journey because you guys were what? 1 and 5?
5.
1 and 5. So, talk to me about this comeback.
You can
go first.
Look, we made it a mission. We went 1 and 5. Came to the All-Star break. We said we had to do something. I said, all right, team, this is what we're gonna do. Our goal: make the play-in game. We had to switch everything around, come up with some new techniques, and just play different. And as we came together as a team, we just picked it up and went from there.
I mean, I'm looking at you guys. I'm like, man. I mean, first game was like, yeah, all right, Savages, y'all, y'all do y'all's thing. Second game was like, okay, Savages, y'all okay. And then y'all just won 4 in a row. I was like, man. I was like, these cats dangerous. You know what I'm saying? These cats dangerous, man. And my boy Quinn over here, I know he over here cool with the shades on. You know what I'm saying? Like, he over here cooling. But this man right here been going crazy. I mean, what'd you score, 33 or something like that?
Yeah,
Wasn't that against who was that?
Global.
Global. Yeah.
For that.
Man, talk to me about that, man, because, I mean, you've been kind of doing your job trying to carry the team, man. So talk to me about that.
Well, it was a good game, man. I was actually at a brunch, so you know.
Oh, you talking about being late?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was actually at a brunch, so I ended up coming like the second quarter. You know what you do at brunches, so had a little mimosa. It could have been a mimosa. But yeah, we needed that game. I think at the time, shout out to Suspect, man, because he ended up winning the game for us to get in. You know, they beat the Titans.
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to Suspect. But yeah, we needed that game. We had the same record, and yeah, so we needed that game, man. So we ended up pulling it out, and they kind of separated us from them because we had the same record.
Wow. Well, I mean, I'm gonna put this out here because I mean, I be starting stuff, but so you guys had somebody on the team that's not on the team anymore, okay?
Right.
And then you kind of had a certain fella step in and kind of coach you.
Right.
Was that a big difference, or I mean, what was the difference in all of that stuff? Because you guys seem to come together and you know, just decide to win. I mean, what was up with that?
Right. Shout out to the CEO.
He's
tough, man.
That's all we're gonna say. That's all we're gonna
He
say.
put me in my place a couple of times. You know, hey, look, man, you gotta relax. You gotta slow down.
I
Shout
got
out
you.
to the CEO.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he
Oh,
helped us, man.
Shout out to the Panthers. You gave us one more thing we needed too. That's all I'm gonna say.
Shout out to
Who,
EJ.
what was his name?
EJ, right?
EJ.
EJ. Oh, you talking about the guy they had on the bench that never played,
Yeah, he
right?
didn't get no play.
Yeah.
What was that about? But anyway, so he really never played for the Panthers.
Right.
And
Had a hidden gem sitting on the bench.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie to
He
you.
tough.
And listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. I coached that guy when I did have to coach both teams, and I always liked that guy because he's very savvy. Like he always in a place where he's supposed to be. It's just like, man, and I see it in you guys' games. I mean, he hustles. I mean, I don't know if y'all know, but the guy has asthma, man. I mean, he has asthma. He hustles. He does what he's supposed to do. He makes all the right plays. He plays defense. He communicates, and he's a great teammate.
Right.
You know, so I mean, kudos. I gotta give you kudos, bro, EJ, my dude. But anyway, so now that y'all done made it in, all of that stuff, that's cool, right? You got a team called the Chargers, man. You know, on this show we stir the
Stir it
pot a
up.
little bit.
Stir it up.
So I mean, you got predictions? I have to ask.
Well, you know, us being on the winning streak, you know, I know we got all the momentum in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to everybody on our team, you know, personally. You know, shout out to Dip. You know, arguably one of the best shooters in the league. But yeah, I think we got all the momentum, man. They got some good guys on their team though.
Okay,
I don't want to, you know,
okay.
I ain't trying to diss nobody, but you know, we beat them earlier in the year.
Okay. So this should be this should be. Was that the one win?
It actually was. It actually was.
Ooh. So this should be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all even better now. So this should be.
Right. But
like-
in their defense, they didn't have that big guy. You know, that's
Oh,
one of their best players.
talking about Gogo Gadget? He wasn't there?
No,
Gogo, he was
Which
there.
one? Baker?
Yeah, what's number 15 now?
Yeah, Baker. It was
Baker wasn't
Baker.
there.
Baker wasn't there. Okay. He's cake making like he normally do. Okay, that's cool. But what you got, man? What you got? I know you over here trying to chill, man. But hey, man, I'm trying to start fires because I want to see a good game.
I mean, it's definitely gonna be a good game. I think it's gonna come down to, you know, rebounding and defense. That's pretty much what's gonna win the game, inside out. And I will say, y'all be sleeping on my guy, but Cam and TJ.
See, I was
Hey,
just
look.
about to say Cam, man. I'm telling you, man.
Cam is one of the best defensive bigs in the league.
Right. I like Cam.
He give you all the energy. He's going after every shot. He talks the most. I mean, what more do you want from a guy on defense?
Right, and when we was losing, like even me and Steve at times, like we bumping heads.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like me and Cam probably hated each other a little. But you know, they just when you losing, man, you know, it just stir up a lot of stuff. But yeah, man, shout out to them boys, Solomon. You know, we got a lot of pieces.
I will agree. Cam, at first I thought he was kind of annoying, I ain't gonna lie. But you know, something happened. You know, he cut his hair. And after he cut his hair,
I know what it was.
I don't know, something just, I don't know what, it was like the opposite. Right? You know, you got, who was it, Samson in the Bible?
Right.
You know, when he cut his hair, he got weak. I don't know, but he cut his hair, he got stronger.
Right.
So, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
He had been balling.
But I'm telling you, man, the dude, I'm not gonna lie, he's the guy you hate to play against, but you love to have on your team.
Yes.
You know, because he going to talk all the trash. He going to get all these rebounds. He going to say he a baby. He going to
Yes.
say all of that,
gonna say
man.
everything, man.
You know, but and TJ also, he is very, 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 very solid, man. I will give you guys that, man. So, I mean, I'm low-key proud of y'all, man. You know, glad y'all made it in. We going to see what happened. You know, y'all ain't got no guarantee, no jump top. Y'all ain't going to win by 20.
Nah,
You know what I'm saying?
All I'm gonna say is it's not gonna be a game you want to miss. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Not a game you want to miss.
All right,
Tune
that's
in,
cool.
man. But yeah, I feel if we stop, you know, Gogo Gadget, man. He's
Yeah.
tough. That dude tough.
He is tough. He real tough. And he quiet with it. He tough. I mean,
Nah, he
so-
ain't quiet. He be talking junk.
He be talking. I don't be hearing it, so I
he
guess y'all
talking
be
junk,
on.
man.
Oh, so he be talking to
Yeah,
him.
man. Last game he told me, man, it's like, man, boy, you sorry. He told me I
Oh
was
wow,
sorry.
wow. You gonna take that, bro?
Nah, I ain't take it. I told him, hey, man. I ain't the one, man.
Okay. All right, so it sounds like y'all just want to put it all out on the court, though, man.
Oh yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Well, look, we appreciate y'all coming out, man.
Oh, sure.
Hey, Savages. These boys say they ready, all right? All right.
Scariest team you want to see right
Let's
now.
get it. There it is. All right. That's what's up. We'll stay tuned. We'll be back with the Chargers.
All right, everybody. Well, we are back. We are talking about the play-in game that'll be happening this Sunday. You just heard from the Savages, and now I am here with the Chargers. I'm here with Go Gadget Arms, a.k.a. Khalil, and Baker the Cake Maker, a.k.a. And why you looking like that with that name, man? Why
I
you looking
mean,
like
I don't know, man. Baker the Cake Baker. I played men's basketball. That's what I'm saying. So it's a little, but I know it's
Oh,
cool.
that's
man.
funny.
I know it's all fun and games. I know
That's
it's all
funny,
fun and
man.
games.
So, matter of fact, and since I'm talking about you, before we get into the play-in, you know, you've been with us for a long time.
Yes, yes.
So first of all, we gotta shout you out because you know you're a part of our growth. Black Ice, the team that's in here, is here because of you. So we have to shout you out and just tell thank you from Scott West for putting us out there and all that
Pleasure,
type
man.
of
It's an
stuff.
absolute pleasure. It's like, honestly, from day one playing with y'all has been one of my favorite things. One of the things I look forward to. It's like the professionalism, like the way you have your things organized. Like things happen when things are supposed to happen. You know what I mean? You coming for a good product every time, and that's a lot, and that's valuable. And I know you want to share that with people, exactly. So it was my pleasure to share that with people.
Appreciate that. And then we got Go Gadget Arms, Khalil, this year coming up in the league and tearing through the league. You probably got the most dunks all season, right?
I don't know. I probably do.
I want to say you got the most dunks all season.
Definitely
Yeah.
going
You
crazy.
probably do, but yeah, you've been going crazy, man. Both of y'all, honestly.
Appreciate that.
The complexion of the Chargers has changed. You know, last year it was Nigel and Jamon and that duo. This year it's been more of a you guys, and you know you still have Jamon in there.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about, and either one of you can start. Talk to me a little bit about that and just what this season has been like for you guys up to this point.
Honestly, like playing with the Chargers, because I don't play on a lot of teams, and to be real, like just playing with them, it just really feel like at home, or like just feel like a family. So coming in with them, it didn't when we first came in, it wasn't hard to gel together. Like, so basically, like just everybody had that same mindset. I know the first game we played the Titans, like they definitely won, but like after that game, I feel like everybody just really locked in. Like we started trying to come to practice more and everything, so it just became like more easier, just to really play with them and just get along with them. So that's what I feel like about the Chargers. I mean, I don't know about the last year and all that stuff because I didn't play with
I mean, last year I would say like one of the biggest things for me this year, because last year I didn't start out on the Chargers. You know what I mean? Chargers had their own thing going on. You know what I mean? I think they were still a pretty decent team, but just was missing something to get them over the hump. And it just so happened that my situation needed to change. You know what I mean? So I was able to just come in. And one of my biggest things about the Chargers is I'm a real mentality guy. I'm an energy guy. And like Chargers energy is like we coming to compete.
Yeah.
Like no matter who's on the court, who's in front of us, we coming to like give you everything we got. And that started with Nigel and Jamon. You know what I mean? So I felt at home, and Vontae for sure. Nigel, Jamon, and Vontae. And when I got there, I just
Vontae definitely my bad.
straight up like my man Lil said, like I felt at home immediately. And that was
Yeah.
like the same feel he had. Like I felt at home, and I felt like I could be myself. I could really play the way I like to play, with the energy I like to play with, and dudes are gonna like react to that.
Yeah.
And this year more than ever, I feel like because Corey decided to put me in a position to expand on that energy by and everyone else by deciding to make me like a leader on the squad.
Yeah.
Like everyone's been feeding on that energy that like has kind of been like not necessarily fed on like with every team I played on, because that's kind of what happened with the Titans. That my energy didn't really match the Titans, but that energy that I played with matches them perfectly, and then we feed off each other, and that feel of home, and feel like we belong.
No
playing
bad
with each other.
vibes.
Right, man. Like you can shoot whatever shot you want to shoot. Nobody gonna tell you, yo, why you shooting that? You know what I mean? You can make a mistake. Nobody gonna tell you what's wrong with you. They can be like, yo, you can do better. Like so it's a lot of positive criticism, a lot of positive feedback, and when you have that in a group of competitors, it's scary. It's like, what do you do with a team that's hard to take their soul away from them? You know what I mean? That's a team that's gonna compete all the time, and I love that. It's excited to be with.
For sure. Now, talk to me about this as well. Corey and JT, your coaches. So talk to me about that as well, because, you know, first of all, y'all have a deep team. Y'all have, what, 11 guys?
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a lot that goes into coaching that people don't see. You managing attitudes, you managing minutes, you bringing people together, you introducing concepts. It's a lot that goes into that. And from what we've seen, you know, you coaches, they've been doing a great job. So talk to me about, you know, just what that's like and how they've kind of formed the culture.
I gotta straight up say, Corey and JT, like, as someone who's played with a lot of different people, who coaches like as a profession now too, on the when I'm not playing basketball, like those dudes are really good at what they do. Like putting a team together, coaching personalities. Like you can always get better when it comes to learning the game. Like that's just everyone. Being a lifelong student is what it takes to be good at the game. But like when it comes to getting to know your players, taking the time to get to know your players, being willing to adjust to your players and not be like, yo, you got to adjust to me. No, adjusting to who you got. And then picking people too. Like him putting this team together, I tell him all the time. Like he did his thing with this squad. Like he really did.
And that like to add on to that, cause like I said, I don't play on a bunch of teams, but like how he just said is like he try to learn us and like and try to, you know what I'm saying, it's like vice versa. Like we just really try to learn each other, and I ain't never really like had a coach like that. Honestly, like to just truly try to get me, and he always truthful. Like he keep it 100 with everybody. Like so, it's like you know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and he gonna point that out to you and let it be known that like that's what you need to do and that's what you don't need to do. And like if you want to look good, you know what I'm saying, come game day, like do what he's telling you, and you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be fine.
Right.
So as far as, and then Coach JT, he always just trying to hype everybody up.
Always
He
positive
always
feedback.
like he just always on some like real positive stuff. Every game, it don't matter what it is, we could be down 30, down 20, he's still gonna be like, you know what I'm saying, positive, trying to get us back to where we want to be.
He's a big part of like, especially with me helping, especially with the responsibility of trying to like lead the team. He's been a big help for me too, because he's really good at talking to people. Like when I get in my moments in game mode, I'm in my competitive place. Like it's hard to talk to me, and he's really good at just like, yo, look at me in my eyes, being calm, saying exactly what you need to hear, not calling out your name, trying to be disrespectful, challenge your manhood, but he's talking to you like a man. Look at you dead in your eyes and like, hey, yo, this is what's up. You need to calm down. This is what it is. You're better than this. We're better than this. We can do better than this. And like I said, just a lot of positive feedback, and it's just like it's lit to play for. Yeah, very much so.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, so I have just one more question, and then we're gonna start talking about this play-in situation that y'all are in. And you both are kind of the same way, because if you peep like y'all's countenance, y'all are real cool, chill, laid back. But it's like when y'all hit the court, that switch flips, and it's like the dogs come out. And then it's not even that, but then y'all had this extra level where, and I'm gonna tell you, you funny about this.
Yeah.
If somebody start talking to you, it goes up to another level.
Yeah, I mean, cause like on the simple fact, was you done with your question?
Well, yeah. So just talk to me about like where that comes from. You know, because another part of this segment is just getting to know the players as well. Like, where does that come from? Because the thing about it is, you know, you have some guys, they come in and they barking and you know they're always but y'all not, you know, wanting to fight and all that stuff. But y'all not like that. But it's literally just like, all right, I'm coming to play. All right, it's game time. Y'all finna get all I got. Oh wait, you talking? Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, so talk to me about that. Where that comes from?
Well, honestly, as far as with Ant, like, cause like even since practice, I just like Ant energy, and so when it comes game time, it's just like it goes times 10, cause it's just like I feel like he be on the same page I'm always on, like 24/7. And then so as far as like all that talking on the court, like before I definitely was like, you know, like trying to. I was definitely a player that like really just like run his mouth, you know what I'm saying, do this and that. But I definitely humble myself as far as my career is going on. So like I really don't try to do too much talking. Like I just let my game talk. But like if you really like you want to get at that, like you want to try to talk to me like, you know what I'm saying, talking crazy, like that's when it's gonna happen. Like that switch do flip. Cause I'll be trying to chill, like, but I don't try to get to that level cause I know how I can get. So basically that's how I feel about that as far as that.
Piggyback on what he said, like our first day of practice, like I find out coach drafted Corey, like, yo, I drafted this kid, he a killer. Yeah. And just like, I can't help myself. You tell me somebody's a killer and you playing on my team, you gonna have to show me you a killer, cause I think I'm a killer. So in order for me to think you a killer, you have to prove to me you're a killer. So first day of practice, I come in and I'm guarding him, he's guarding me, and we going at it the entire practice. Then Corey put us on separate teams and we going at it the entire practice. I'm talking no letdown. We both just like, and just going at it, just attacking each other. And I think at that point I was like, yeah, man, like this kid, I could play with him, cause it's very rare that someone meets my energy like that. And he was like that the whole practice. I'm like, yeah.
And I'm the same as that way.
Like, it's very
literally,
rare.
Like, yeah, I'm the same as that way with that. Like, I haven't really met nobody who really just matches my energy, and that's been on every team that I played on.
Tight.
So being able to play with him, and playing with Ant, you know, and the team we have, it's fun. Honestly,
Super fun.
That's cool. It's fun to watch. It's very fun to watch, especially when y'all get in y'all zones. I remember at the tryout,
yeah.
you dunked on somebody in tryouts, and it was just like, oh, this kid real. This kid real. I mean, baseline, boom. And I mean, like, from then on, I mean, it's been consistent all season. And Baker, you already know what we on. Like, we've been competing against each other for how many years now? Like, we already know what we on.
Going on 4 or 5 years now.
This dude has been a killer since I met him. And so it's really fun to watch when y'all get into that zone. So speaking of the zone, let's talk about this play-in. Now, I'm sure it wasn't y'all's intention to be in the play-in, number one, but
Definitely
so
not.
that's where we at.
Right.
You guys got the Savages. Talk to me about that. How y'all feeling about that? You know, y'all got any predictions?
To be honest, like I've been ready to play them, cause I'm like when we played them the first time during the season, like everybody wasn't even there. Like, and so I'm not finna make no excuses or nothing, cause like I mean, you know, you come and play, you know, what I'm saying show, you know, what I'm saying what happened. But like I've been ready to play. I mean, like in the playoffs period. So I mean, since we playing the Savages, like, ever since I found out, I just been ready to step on the court, honestly. So.
And for me, man, like I tell Scott this all the time. It really don't take much to get me excited about things. And it's just like, this is one of those games. That last game against the Wolves was one of those games I didn't get to play in last season. I have a chance to play them. Yes, I was really excited for that. Black Ice, I was really turned up for that because that's my squad. And now the Savages, like, they eliminated us from the playoffs last season. And I showed up in the fourth quarter of that game. And like to me, I'm like, yo, like, and then like once again, no disrespect for them, because like you said, you gotta show what you got to play what you gotta play.
Yeah.
But like at the very end of the day, they didn't beat me. Like you ain't beat the Chargers with me on the court. You didn't beat the Chargers with me coming at you like every single play type deal. Cause it's not like not to even sound cocky, it's just different when you play against
talk
me.
about it.
It's different when you
different
play against me
energy,
because
yeah.
you getting it every play, bro.
And
like,
we didn't have that same energy.
You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
just
And then-
being honest.
Yeah, and like once again, when I play with them especially, it's like they feed off that and I feed off them. So it's like once again, like you said, it's 10 times more in a game because like now I got my boys, they hungry at the bit too. And like me and Jamon and Vontae been on this, we all been playing this league for a long time, and we all been foaming at a chance to like get a championship. Like when you play in anything, especially if you're a competitor, like you want to win. You want to be the best you can be. You want to win a championship. And like being in that league as long as we've been in this league as long as we've been in it, we want one. Like we starving for one. So no, we didn't want to be in no playing game. But at the very end of the day, we still in position to do exactly what we plan to do this entire season. Let's come compete for a chip. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, feel how you want to feel, Savages, but we coming, and that's just what it is. I hope y'all ready to get busy. That's just what that is, man. That's just really what that is.
Really facts, though. Like,
Yeah.
Everything you just said.
Really facts, you know what I mean? It's just like, like
Crazy.
All right, and so with that, how do you guys prepare your team mentally? Because with the layout, you know, playing in that play-in game, and then the playoffs will start on the same day. With that first game with the Black Ice and Wolverines will play, and then the winner of you guys' game will play the Blazers for
Saturday
your
night.
first round game on that Sunday. So it'll all
On
be on
Sunday,
that same
so
day. So
all
y'all be
Sunday.
playing potentially 2 games that day.
Yeah.
How do you prepare your team mentally in the space of, okay, we got to take care of this, but we got to keep in the back of our mind, we got to prepare for that too on the back end, should we make it to the Blazers?
To be honest, I feel like mentally, if we come with the same mentality that we've been trying to do this whole year, and that's really like defense first.
Right.
And so that's been like, I think that's been installing us since like day one. Besides like the Titans, when we played them, we was all trying to gel together because everybody wasn't at that first practice, and so we didn't get to know everybody. So you know, we just really figure each other out. But like ever since then, after that game, I feel like after everybody spoke and got everything together, like as far as mentality wise, like defense, and we just stuck with that. I feel like we just been having a pretty solid, like decent season.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and and I feel that same way. And that's something that, like, I think is what made us get on that run last season and been able to carry it into this season as well. It's just been defense. You know what I'm saying? It's like at the very end of the day, especially in a league like this where it just so happens like right now, people are not getting a lot of practice time. If you're defending well in the game, you're in a position to win every single
You
time.
can always control
You can
defense.
always control your defense. You know what I mean?
That's
That's been our biggest
effort,
thing. You know what I mean?
hustle, yeah.
So with on a team who has like high volume scorers like we do, when we focus on defense first, I think that's what makes us so dangerous. Because it's like when you got dudes who are not worried about scoring, they're worried about stopping you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how much I score today. I care about how much you score.
score.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So when you got dudes who get busy like him, who can average 30-some points a game, thinking with that mentality, that's scary. Because what do you do with that? Because if he's having a bad night, you don't take him out the game because he's still guarding you. And at any point in time, he can get a steal, come down, throw it on, and he's right back in it. You know what I mean? So I think that's like a mentality that a lot of scorers don't have, is to start with it on D, is to start like getting busy. And I feel like that's a competitive standpoint for us. And I think that's just our energy. You know what I mean?
It turned me up anyway.
Yeah,
Like, I
because
just
as a
love playing
competitor, you
people.
you gotta love it.
Like blocks, all kinds of stuff. It just turned me up. Yeah.
Man, I get that from Kobe Bean, baby. Kobe Bean, MJ. I feel like if you're a student of the game, all the best players did it on both sides. On both sides. So I feel like if you consider yourself to be one of the best, like I know Khalil
Definitely
and
gotta be a
myself do,
two-way.
we try to get busy. You know what I mean? And that's what it is.
Y'all just drop some gems in this segment.
Yeah.
Defensive gems.
But this is how our team is, man. This
love it.
is how we get down.
I love it. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited. I think this is going to be a really good play-in game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
So we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, but thank you guys so much for joining us.
Yeah.
It's been a great season. Khalil, your first season, it's been great having you. Baker, as always,
Yes,
it's
yes.
always a pleasure.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
Yes,
Oh,
thank
of
you
course,
for real.
of course,
It's a
of
pleasure.
course.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to play in this. I'm going to play in it next year. You know what I'm saying? However long y'all having it, I want to keep playing.
We ain't going nowhere, man. We ain't going nowhere. You gonna retire in this?
That's my plan.
Everybody say y'all gonna retire in this.
That's my
We ain't
plan.
going
I ain't gonna
nowhere.
lie.
We ain't going nowhere. But on that note, we do have to go to the next segment. So thank you all for watching. Stay locked. We got a little bit more to talk about. So hey, keep watching. Let's go.
We gone, never thought I'd make it, now they seeing greatness. They second guessing me, slowly driving me, and I'm gonna be beating on my craft day and night, and I won't stop until they call me the greatest. Call me the greatest.
All right, and we are back with another Commissioner's Corner. I have my man Tavon Call with me, aka Aquaman. Now, why do they call him Aquaman? Well, he is an exotic fish breeder. So we got to talk a little bit about that because that is so dope. But before we get there, gotta first say welcome to the league.
I appreciate you, letting me come and be blessed by all you guys in general. I'm just happy to be here, really excited and anxious for what's coming.
For sure, man. I remember met you at the gym at LA Fitness.
I won't forget it.
Man, met this dude at the gym at LA Fitness, and we was hooping, and I was like, hey, wait, where are you? Are you playing somewhere? Because, I mean, dude was killing. I'm just like, bro, we need to get you in the league, and he said he'd give me the information, and, we started chopping it up,
Right
and
away.
you came.
Right away.
And, man, you were supposed to be on my team, but we're not going to talk about that. You were supposed to be with me, but Coach Scott snatched you up. It's all good, though. It's all up. Coach Scott snatched you up, but you came in on that to that team and made a huge difference. Talk to me about your experience with the Wolves this year coming in.
Definitely was grateful for the situation. I was real anxious to see what I was going to get drafted by and see how all the players adapt to their new situation, because I just know chemistry is everything. So honestly, as soon as I got to see the boys, I knew they wanted to ship. So that's a different type of pressure. So I know me being a rookie, I was like, let me see if I can get in where I fit in. As soon as I think we did have one practice early, and I got to see that we got enough scores. Everybody scored the ball. So it was really on me. I don't know if nobody noticed this, but sometimes in the game, I know we got enough scores, so I try to lock in on my role, rebound and defense. But for the game, I won't even shoot, just so I know I'm locked in on my role. And I see a lot of people, everybody want to show everything that they could do. With me, it's all about trying to get that W. So I'm trying to do exactly what coach needed, exactly what the teams need, amping them up. I'm passing the ball to the shooters. I'm not shooting what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting, you know what I mean, trying to get everybody ready. So I was just excited to take on that challenge, and it seems like it's working out.
Mm-hmm. And even just to speak on that, the player that I've seen at LA Fitness was a totally different player than the player that you've been this season because, I mean, you were raining threes, you were driving to the basket. I mean, you literally can do it all. But for those watching you this season, they're just like, oh, yeah, he's a defensive role-playing guy. And it's like, if he wanted to, he could be a lot more than that. So, you know, definitely you are the ultimate teammate in that regard.
Appreciate
Where
it.
do you think, like, talk to me a little bit about, you know, your basketball background and just, you know, how that has shaped you to be the person that you are when it comes to.
Definitely. So I started off short. So I played point guard like up until 8th grade, 9th grade, and 9th grade, what was it like? Around the holiday season, I hit a crazy growth spurt. And I still had the point guard kind of skills, but I started shooting more than I was able to dunk. So I started playing a lot of whatever role I needed, I would just jump into that role. And then playing AAU and bouncing around, I've been overseas. I actually was a merchant seaman. A lot of people don't know that. But I was a merchant seaman, and they had an overseas league. And I got to play there. So, I mean, it was just a lot of different basketball. I actually enjoy adapting and just starting from zero and just seeing where I end up. So I got that from, I played military too. I was dependent for a couple years when I was married to the military. So all that experience combined just made it easy to just, when I see a team, I enjoy to just gel it. Like instead of trying to take over or do all of that, I just try to gel, see if I can get more W's.
Gotcha. And I'll tell you why I appreciate hearing that specifically because, you know, with our draft system and, you know, it not just being a situation of everybody just grab a team and put a team in and just play. You know, that's easy. Everybody can go grab their homeboys and play basketball. But having to come into a situation and learn how to, you know, challenge yourself to learn how to find your place in this situation. You know, it's a life lesson.
Yeah.
You know, in life, you know, you don't get to pick your life. You know, life is, you know, dealt in some ways. So the fact that you are like fully embracing the you know, what we're trying to do, like I love to hear that. So talk about your business, because one thing we like to do at SkyWest, we like to provide a platform for people to really be able to talk about what they're doing. Exotic fish breeding, like talk to me about that.
So it started out when I was young. I probably was around 7. They came home with a fish tank. It was actually from my older brother. He came in there and I just fell in love. Got in a lot of trouble when I was a little kid. So punishments for me was just go kick with the fish. So we'll save my money up, go to PetSmart, buy me some new fish. But then after a while, I started picking up on some things. And I didn't really realize how gifted I was with it, but I started breeding stuff as a child. And I started going to the local pet stores and showing them what I bred just to show off. They're like, dude, how you do that? Like, how you know, a lot of YouTube and a lot of, can't remember how we were searching things back then, but what was it, Yahoo or something like that? But I learned a lot of stuff just on the internet playing around, and I would get my fish tanks and just experiment. So a little late to the social media side of things, but we're here now, and I'm trying to push it, you know, quickly as possible because I just didn't realize how big it was until I went on the social media, seen other people breeding like me. Not a lot of people like us, you know, not a lot of black breeders, but I've met a lot of Asian guys that just kind of take me under their wing and then taught me everything they knew about it. And I don't know, I've just been doing real well. I've created my own bloodline of fish. I'm trying to get paperwork on them. I used to be a dog breeder as well. So that takes up way too much of your time. So in the house with my fish, created my own bloodline for about 3 years, and I've just been working on perfecting the look of this specific fish. But at the same time, I've basically connected with a lot of other people. So when people need other fish or different things that I might not have, I can still get it and be able to distribute it to them, whether it's shipping it, air cargo.
Gotcha. So talk to me about, for those of us that may not know, you know, what all this entails, you know, so you're breeding these fish to sell to aquariums, or you're breeding these fish to, like, take us through the process after after the breeding. So then now what?
For the breed, I don't know, it taught me patience. You know, you have to be patient. So, I mean, that's kind of came with it on accident. But after I did it and I seen it was people that's like a fan of it, like, yo, you mix this. Like, there's people out here that's extremists. That's like, yo, they hear me say, I got a Parachromis, Motoguinsian, and a Jaguar, Dovia, you know, just all these different words. It's going to sound, you know, scientific, different names of them. But these people are really, really into it. So when they hear that I've bred this fish with that fish and this fish, they're like, oh, what? And I'm like, yeah, I got it, but I'm not, you know, I don't want to give it away. So I would say about 5 years ago, I stopped selling. And I started feeling a little underappreciated and was like, people not really, they started trying to lowball me and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kind of come, be quiet, do my little office. I stayed in the lab, and actually just moved in my house like a few days ago.
Nice. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So
Congratulations, yeah.
I got a whole fish room, 2 rooms that's just dedicated to the fish. There's fish tanks all over the place. We're filling them up
Nice.
now. Birthday in 2 weeks as well.
Come on, birthday.
Everything's coming along. Twins on the way as well.
Whew.
So, yeah, it's a lot
It's
going
a lot
on.
of good.
Yeah. The blessings have been coming in. They've been coming in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, if people were interested in, just kind of wanting to follow what you do or ask you questions about it, how can they do that?
One, everything basically put Real Aquaman, that's real with 2 E's. RealAquaman.net is my website. I will be on Instagram and YouTube more as far as my podcast is coming along, but I do have an Instagram, the website to take you there. And right now I've been streaming on Bigo, but I'm about to slowly try to convert those fans. I got about 20,000 followers to my YouTube channel and more Instagram and more, I'm just trying to spread it out. See how far we can go with it.
That's awesome.
Especially with something different, I really like that part of it. Something different.
That's what I love about it. It's different. It's just like one of those things where, you talk to me, hey, what you doing? I rap. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, what you doing? Oh, I build houses. Oh, okay, cool.
Right,
hey,
right.
what you do? I breed exotic fish. Huh?
Yeah, that's a
Tell
lot of
me
people-
more. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Everybody
that's-
gets like that, especially when I'm streaming. They're like, whoa, and then they see I lose myself. Like if I have my fish around me, total different person. I'm in a whole different zone. So when they see me that and I'm streaming and I start talking about the fish, where I got it, what I'm doing, what's the plan for this breeding, they like, wow, they're just like mind blown. So there's been a lot of opportunities coming with it. The more and more I'm showing. I used to be, I ain't gonna lie, it used to be a secret. I didn't want nobody to know I was breeding fish when I was little. I was embarrassed about it. So I had to grow up and grow out of that. And then people was like, no, that's dope. That's pretty cool.
It is. There's a whole science behind it that's just kind of
Exactly.
like, wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Like you're literally like creating fish?
Yeah.
Like that's wild. And it's not something that everybody can do.
Appreciate it.
So that's special, man. That's special. Well, I just want to one last thing I want to talk about before we get out of here. On the Wolverines, you guys are in the playoffs. You guys have Black Ice first. Talk to me about that. How you feeling about that?
I'm feeling pretty confident, honestly. No matter who we're playing. I think we found we had a few lessons. Thanks to your team as well. We had a couple lessons that I think were really pivotal and we needed. So I mean, I think we only lost 3, but we sick of it, and it took a minute to find our identity. Like I said, I know they won the championship last year, but you kind of got to get re-humbled and re-established and get your chemistry right. And our last 2 games, it might have been last games especially, I felt like we found that inside and out, like all the way around. We found our identity. So I'm feeling pretty confident. Don't need to say nothing too specific, but it don't really matter who we playing. We match up well.
So one thing I do want to ask though, to that point, one of the last games y'all played was against Black Ice.
Right.
Talk to me about it, because it was grueling. No dissing or nothing like that, but just in the sense of, teams that just go at it. That was a grueling matchup for
They,
y'all.
I don't want to say too much, but they did something a little different strategic-wise, and it worked out for them for a little bit. I'll say that much. But
You ain't gonna let me get you. All right.
we noticed what that was, and we adjusted to it. We looking to pick up on where things left off. So we're excited about that.
Cool. Well, before we go, one more time, just give us your website,
Gotcha.
just so people that want to follow you and want to check out further what you do, they can follow you.
Gotcha, appreciate it. That's RealAquaman.net. Real as in like a movie reel, real as in like you're reeling something in. www.realaquaman.net. Appreciate y'all.
RealAquaman.net. Well, Aquaman, Devon, thank you so much for coming
All right,
on with
appreciate
us.
you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Welcome to the league.
Appreciate
Hope you
you.
plan on sticking around for a while.
Oh, for sure. I'm here. I'm here. I'm locked in.
Awesome. All right. Well, we'll be right back with the next segment of Let's Hoop.
Now they want me gone, never thought I'd make it, now they seeing greatness. They second guessing me, slowly driving me, and I'm gonna be beating on my craft day and night, and I won't stop until they call me the greatest.
All right, welcome back to Let's Hoop. Y'all, we're going to get straight into this MVP finalist runoff. Look, we got Khalil. He been doing this thing all season. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it.
Khalil, I think I've been talking about him for a minute now.
Yeah.
At one point he was a dark horse, but now he's a white horse, I guess you would call it that. I mean, he's in it. He's in it to win it. I like Khalil. Great choice. What you think?
Khalil, he's one of the top guys that he plays both sides. He can play offense, he can play defense, and he has a great attitude. He has that never give up attitude.
Yeah.
You look at the Chargers,
Fight spirit.
he's on the floor. I don't care what game it is. He's on the floor.
Yeah.
He's in the dogfight. He's in the trenches. I mean, he gets in it. And like I said, both hands. Defense, blocks, offense, dunks on anybody.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so Rodney.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, this last half of the season, Rodney been going off.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Rodney.
Rodney.
I mean, that dude.
When I look at Rodney, I want to think of Giannis. Because he's
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
big, huge body in the paint
Yeah.
that you're not going to stop.
Nope.
He's up there. He's up there.
I mean, the dude, he's a rebounding machine. He just does the right things. I mean, he plays like a big man.
Yeah.
Like hey, I'm going down low. You're gonna have to stop me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, and the dude, and he has a little mid-range jumper.
He does. He
Has
does
a
have that
mid-range jumper
jumper.
that he hits. I'm like, bro, this dude, like, I mean, you gotta really game plan around that cat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, kudos to him. He deserves to be there. So, that's another one that yep.
I'm going to put this one out there because I have to give him my respects. Suspect Island. He had me on the audio clip, and I have to give it your props, man. A great player, great heart. When his team is down, he's still in the
That's
game.
it, man.
Bad back, no matter what. And I was sending two guys on him the whole game. And he's got my vote.
A lot of blood on the court.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of blood on the court. That's what he said. He killing them on the court. That's what he said his name came from. So, his real name is Jay. You know, his government name is Jay. But yeah, suspect. I mean, that dude. I mean, he's hitting threes, falling on the ground, getting 4-point plays,
Rebound.
and 1 and 3 and 2, everything you can think of. The dude is just. I mean, can't much more be said about that dude. He's another one that deserves to be
Complete package.
He's there.
For sure. So, Dez.
I love Dez's character, his game. I mean, Dez, he has that like Kobe mentality.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks around the whole court, and he's not the type, I'm going to drive first, I'm going to shoot first. He'll survey the court, and I've seen some of the oops and some of the passes have been like amazing. On top of the scoring he does, and he's got a shot. So a 3-way game: assists, passing, scoring, and defense. That's good.
He does his thing. I will say, last year, Miles was the man. Last year on the team, I mean, Miles was kind of unstoppable. But Dez, he even told me last year, he said, man, I'm going to be better this year. This year coming, he said, because I don't feel like I played well. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
And he's been showing it too.
Hey, man, I like when people talk. I'm a Muhammad Ali fan. You understand what I'm saying? You talk and you back it up.
Right.
Dez been doing his thing, so I got to give him credit. You know, I know he's on my team, but yeah, I had to put him in the conversation. So,
For sure.
Yep.
All right, Josh.
Talking about Black Light.
Black Lightning,
Black
we
Lightning.
talking about Black Eye. There's MVPs on
So
both
it's two
of those.
Joshuas. Two
Right.
Joshuas.
So
There's two
Josh,
of them.
we're gonna talk about Josh
Which
on
one?
Black Ice first.
Black Eyes.
Eyes,
Okay,
Josh.
okay.
Mr. Fundamental.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Fundamental, Tim Duncan. That's why I like it. Mid range, the IQ is what
That's
gets
it.
him up there.
That's it.
His IQ is phenomenal,
Yes.
amazing. Facilitating. He knows when he needs to back down. He's got that mid range turnaround jump shot.
He can drop a couple threes.
He can drop threes. He can play defense. He's telling his guys where to go on the court. When you talk about team captain, overall,
That's
that's
it.
him right there.
That's it.
And he's not selfish
He's
at
not.
all.
If Rodney is the muscle, He's the brain.
He's the brains for
You,
sure.
you know, that's pretty much what I see. Man, that dude, and I mean the foul calls he get, man, I be so mad when
All
we
the
played against him. I
time,
was like,
man.
this dude get every call.
Every
But
foul.
it's just the way he knows how to use his body.
Yes.
He knows how to, do the.
He
some
finesses
people
that
call
thing.
it the LeBron screen. I call it the big baby screen. You know, you know what I'm saying? But he just knows how to get the call. He knows how to work the refs. He knows what to do. He knows how to facilitate. He knows how to tell this person to do that. Hey Fletcher, I need you to do this because such and such is doing this. Hey Rodney, I need you to do this because such and such. I mean, the dude is just phenomenal. So, I mean, kudos. He deserves to be in there. I had to say that.
Definitely. And rounding us off is Black Lightning.
The Flash.
Yeah, he's Flash, Lightning, whatever you want to call him as fast. He all that. Speedy Gonzalez, whatever you want. You know what I'm saying?
He just blows by him.
Yes.
Right
Yes.
then and there. If you don't stop him right then and there,
Mhm.
he's getting to the hole. And he
Yeah.
got a shot too.
Yes.
He's been knocking down threes too.
Yes. He it was a funny thing. When we played him, we lost. But when we played them, I put one of my go-to guys on him. I put Miles on him. And, I told Miles, I said, this guy can play. You know what I'm saying? You got to play some hard defense. And after the game, he said, Coach, you told me you can play, but you didn't tell me you can play like that. Like, that dude is fast. I was like, yeah, that's why he got that name, Black Lightning.
Right.
I mean, he has really, 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 really carried that team. So, he deserves to be in the MVP conversation. So, kudos to all of you guys that made it in there. So,
For sure.
nothing but good to say about you. But it will be voting. So we don't just decide by ourselves.
Yeah.
It will be voting. So, as we did on the All-Star, you better get your vote. You know what I'm saying?
Better come
Get
out
your
to vote.
Yeah, come out to vote. You know what I'm saying? That's what they did for Warnock. Ain't that what they did for Warnock?
Oh my God.
I'm just playing. We don't
Yeah,
get
yeah.
political here. But anyway, but get your folk to come out and vote. But all of you guys deserve it. And that's coming from me, coming from the heart. All of you guys deserve it.
sure.
And whoever gets it, in advance, congratulations.
Well
because
deserved.
all of you deserve it.
Yeah, congratulations to each of you. We would like to point out, though, out of the 6 players, 5 of them are all rookies.
They are.
Yeah.
Coming into the
Yeah.
season. So
Mm-hmm.
great
This
job,
rookie
everybody.
class.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
rookie class has
Killing
been.
it.
So what does
Killing
that
it.
mean? What does that mean to all the vets?
You better step the game up.
Because next year we probably gonna have some good rookies too.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, if you gotta get in the lab, do whatever you want to do. If you want to be mentioned here, because I know a lot of y'all be like, man, y'all talk about me. Give us something to talk
Put in
about.
that work.
Give us something to talk about. That's all we saying.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Let's Hoop. We look forward to seeing you next time. Be sure to check us out on all social media platforms, and we'll get with you real soon.
They second guessing me, solely driving me, and I'm gonna be beating on my craft day and night, and I won't stop until they call me the great.